Hi friends, I'm Karyn, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to make your table special at meal times. Time with our kids and family time is so precious. And with all the stuff going on with outside activities, church, extended family, and just plain work, as well as the work of getting the meal together, it's hard to find time to be together as a family, and it's hard for moms to sit down and be present without distractions. I've been doing a lot of cooking lately for a few other families on top of our other stuff, and I've gotten into the bad habit of popping up throughout dinner to check on something or to package food or to do something that I just thought of because it's in the front of my mind. And I find we kind of lose the sacredness of dinner time. And I really want to make sure that this doesn't happen. When I sit and relax at the table and am really present with my family, it's so enriching and rewarding. The dinner table is such a great place for family time as everyone is present, has some food to occupy their minds and hopefully put them in a good mood. So we can set the atmosphere with some beauty at the table, nourishment with the food, and then good conversation and laughter for the soul. We have to guard dinner time together carefully if we want it to happen at all, as there's so much else that wants to pull us away. Think about if you're in a fancy hotel in Paris, looking out the windows. We all love a beautiful view, and any kind of beauty enhances the meal experience. So here are 5 ways that you can enhance your dinner table. I want to talk about practical ways to make your dinner time special. Just to get your imaginations rolling. You do the things that suit you and your family, things that you love, but hopefully this will inspire and encourage you to do that. So 1, underplates and layering your plates. So any kind of underplate adds such beauty to the table. We have silver underplates, we have gold, and we have red. And I love to just put them under the plates whenever we want to enhance things a little bit. So the plate will go on top of the underplate, and then you can layer the other plates that you'll be using for different courses. Perhaps you'll have soup, and perhaps you'll have a starter or an entree on a small plate. So then you could put your large dinner plate, your small plate, and then your soup bowl on top. Or you could put the side plate on the side for bread and put the soup bowl on top of the main dinner plate. And then underneath those, as I said, is the gold or silver or whatever color you like underplate. Those are generally made of plastic, and they're a little larger than dinner plates so that you see them sticking out the side. My youngest daughter loves to set the table for special meals, and I always tell her to put out the gold plates first or the silver plates first, and then she knows to put the dinner plates on top of those. You can also alternate them. Sometimes I put a gold plate for one person and then a red plate for the next one and then a gold plate again. 2, candles and lights. Lighting is an amazing way to add beauty and interest to the dinner table. We don't use real candles indoors. Sometimes we use beeswax candles as they're healthier and they don't give off the toxic fumes that ordinary candles do. But the problem with beeswax candles is I generally find them quite expensive and they melt very fast. So what we've done is used electronic candles, the little ones with batteries that change color. They are so pretty. Some of them are yellow to look like real candles, and some of them have lights that you can set red or blue or green, or you can put them on the auto setting where they sort of scroll through all the different light colors, and it looks really amazing. And then along with those, I like to put twinkle lights, so little strings of lights that you can use on a Christmas tree, that kind of light. So we put those on the table in the middle, or sometimes we put them around on the walls, but generally they work well if you wind them around the other candles and lights that are on the table. Then I've got a couple of glass jars with silver lids that have got twinkle lights inside them. It's quite easy to do that yourself if you have a mason jar and you put a string of twinkle lights inside and then put the lid on. And that looks really pretty on the table as well. Number 3, ways to make your dinner table special. And this can be at any particular meal, and you can choose any one of these to enhance your meal table. So this one is folding napkins. There's many fancy ways of folding napkins. Obviously, you need to use cloth napkins. Well, that's not true. You could do this with paper napkins as well. Some of them work better with paper napkins because they hold the fold better, and some of them work very well with cloth napkins. I love to use cloth napkins. We've got some deep red ones, some gold ones, some pink ones, some black ones, and depending on how formal the meal is, we'll choose the color accordingly. I love to use the gold cutlery and the gold napkins. One of the ways I love to fold them is into a rose. It's quite an easy fold. You just do a roll one way and a roll the other way. To find out how to do these folds, you can look at our blog post for this episode on familyfoodformoms.com. familyfoodformoms.com. Just click on podcast and then choose this episode and you'll find the videos on how to fold your napkins. We like to do sometimes a little shirt style napkin, or simply to roll it up and put it in the glass. That looks very pretty because it's a tall effect. Sometimes we do an event specific fold like a Christmas tree. Sometimes we like to fold it in a way that you can slip the knife and fork into the folded napkin and place it on the center of your plate. There's many folds that you can find, I'm sure, if you want to go looking. Be creative. Then number 4, putting specific place names or messages for each person at their place, or even a little gift. Sometimes we'll put a little chocolate at each place. For place names, what I like to do is fold a little flap of cardboard so that it stands up and then write the person's name on it. Or you could put a little phrase, a little Bible verse, a little message, a little quote, something that suits each person at their place on a little piece of paper. We also have these beautiful crystal name holders that you can place the single piece of the name in there. So there's many ways you can make this personal for each person. Then number 5, background music. Music adds such a lovely ambiance. Is that the right word? Adds such a lovely ambiance to your meal, your dining room. Choose dinner music. You can look for soft piano music. You can look for Celtic music, anything that your family enjoys. Any kind of instrumental is often good because the words can be a bit jarring and distracting. So it's nice to have instrumental music playing, and I really love piano music for dinner. We just use our little Bluetooth speaker, put it on the side, and then use Spotify on our phones and then run that, and that's really lovely. Softly, of course, so that it doesn't get in the way of your conversation. But I find it's amazing when I have rowdy kids or kids who are feeling very talkative or just a bit rambunctious from the day, then soft background music always relaxes them, calms them, and helps them to be peaceful, which is good for mom. There's so many other things you can do. You can put flowers or flower arrangements in the center of your table or along the center. You can lay ivy down the center of the table. You can put a little flower in a napkin at each place at the table. You can use pretty tablecloths, of course, or overlays. Be creative and have fun. Do what you love. And if it feels overwhelming, don't overthink it. Just maybe 5 minutes before dinner, put out a few special things. And it helps to mention expectations to your family so they are prepared. Tell them we're going to have a gentle, quiet dinner. The music will help set the mood. Tell them they should put on something special so that they are preparing themselves to enjoy the meal and to respect the time. Perhaps for young kids, you can have a couple of items that they can play with their hands to keep their attention from wandering or keep them from jumping up from the table. But whatever you do, don't be stressed that it has to be perfect. Don't worry that it has to be a certain way. The idea is to be close and to enjoy each other's company, to enjoy being together, and to enjoy the meal time. So once you've settled, don't have expectations about how you think it should be, and don't worry how it turns out. Just enjoy it. Just relax and enjoy it. Laugh, have fun. I'll talk in another episode about conversation starters that help focus the children's attention and help good conversation to happen. There's quite a few different ways of doing this. Also, if you'd like to, you can download our free conversation starters pack with 60 different conversation starters for your family to use at the dinner table to get the conversation going. There's things for all ages and some serious things, some fun and amusing questions. Lots of fun to use. So to find those, you can go to familyfoodformoms.com/conversation. So that's familyfoodformoms.com/conversation. And this is Karyn Collett. I'll see you next time.